Isaac Pitbull Cruz is one of the closest things to a human battering ram you'll find in the sport of boxing today. Deadly with either hand and an underrated technician with his offense, he is a true danger inside the ring. And once he smells blood, he tends to find his way to the finish pretty quickly. His highlight reel is among the very best in the business. And even though he has already reached the highest highs of the sport, time is very much on his side, and the best may yet be to come. Remember, if you want to help to support the channel, be sure to use your hype feature. The 32-3 Diego Magdaleno certainly brought experience with him to the ring, but in those 35 fights, he had never crossed paths with someone quite as vicious as Cruz. And it would not take long for Pitbull to make his statement here. Cruz was about to give him a lesson about boxing.
Pay-per-view from the Alamo Dome, Isaac Cruz in the black and gold trunks, red with silver trim, and boy, that name, Diego Fuego Magdaleno, rolls right off the tongue. He's hoping these punches will roll right off his body.
And this is exactly what we thought this match would be. Cruz throws 68 punches, and look what he did already.
Definitely, and in just the opening 30 seconds of the first round, Magdaleno goes down to the canvas for the 11th time in his career. And we have fistic fireworks to kick off this four-fight fiesta. It's all Isaac Cruz. Right uppercut, another right uppercut. Tank Davis, he headlines tonight against Leo Santa Cruz, but Isaac Cruz adding his name to the mix. A lot of young guns at 135.
Pitbull Cruz.
It was barely competitive, a showdown between two guys who were operating on two very different levels. Pitbull was not interested in wasting any time here. The challenge presented by Yuriorkis Gamboa promised to be a tougher one. Gamboa brought years and years worth of experience to the ring with him, but in the face of the youth and raw power of Pitbull, would it matter?
We are underway.
Cruz is a very aggressive fighter, loves to come forward. Certainly not a counterpuncher whatsoever.
Big right hand over the top.
And already Gamboa is done.
Gamboa's hurt in a big way. Oh boy. Gamboa's hurt in a major way. Big shots. Gamboa tying up.
Gamboa's still on shaky legs, and he doesn't want to let him off the hook.
Isaac Cruz literally charging right after the Cuban gold medalist. Look at Cruz go, and talk about a reception here, Miguel, for Isaac Cruz.
He is absolutely going for it right now, and he couldn't have asked for a better start to this fight.
I think that Cruz soaked up the adrenaline. Oh, big shot there by Cruz again.
Stunned again.
He got wobbled with that left hook. He still does not have his faculties about him. Now he's trying to assert himself. Oh, big shot, right hook, that wobbled Gamboa again. I don't know how Gamboa has been able to make.
And there is still a long way to go in this round, still over a minute.
He has 75 seconds to do damage, does Isaac Cruz. He's already done quite a bit. And Cruz keeping his guard tight, but then when he unloads.
The concern you would have is you don't want him to unload too much and punch him. He's got Gamboa extremely hurt. Gamboa's fighting very
has been a former world champion and an Olympic gold medalist. He knows what it is to be in bad spots. Oh, big shot there by Cruz. And here comes Cruz again. He's
a pitbull.
Yes, he does. Final moments of the big first round for Isaac Cruz.
Occasions where you suffer such a bad punch that you get punched into the fight, and it wakes you up if you're Gamboa.
Well, that might be the case, and he better hope it's the case. As now Gamboa starting off, he wants to fight fire with fire. Look at Gamboa go. Miguel, you might be right. Look at this. Toe-to-toe action we go.
And Gamboa's trying to answer the call from round one.
Oh, big shot there. They're both. Cruz 8 of 36. Gamboa 6 of 25.
But if there's one thing we know about Cruz, he has in the division. And if you can take the biggest and best punch from the baddest man in the division, then everything else feels like nothing.
Yeah, you don't really worry too much, but he also 40 years of age. Boy, talk about a hot start between these two.
Good jab from Cruz.
To cut the ring off. He hammers away upon the body. Seems to have. There's a left hook to the body by Cruz. Answering back is Gamboa. Shot right in the belt line by Cruz.
knockout.
He wants to hit Yuriorkis Gamboa and send him into next week.
Leading off any shots.
There's a left hook connecting. Oh, look at that combination. Down goes Gamboa. He got wobbled. That ends the second. Isaac Cruz gets the
Tank Davis, and now we're seeing something similar against Gamboa. And there's
Yuriorkis Gamboa. Big shots by the big gold medalist and 2 division world champion. Big shot there by Cruz. Gamboa in serious trouble.
This is not going to go the distance. I want the finish right now. I need to make a statement in this lightweight division.
It is a full-on assault. Cruz. Every punch that Cruz is throwing in the sequence has bad intentions as he looks to knock out Gamboa. Big shot, and oh boy. Big right hand driving back Gamboa to the perimeter of the ring. And Miguel, it may only be a matter of time before Mark Kaloy decides to save Gamboa from himself.
Yeah, if his corner's not going to do it, Mark Kaloy may have to, because Isaac Cruz is coming with bricks.
Literally hammering away on him. This is why the fans in Dallas love him, because he comes out and he wants to tear your head off. 80 seconds left here in the
1,000% for the knockout, and throwing everything he has.
From the first second of Isaac Cruz. Cruz for over 10 rounds with an ACL injury against Gervonta Davis. He was stopped in the 12th back in December of 19 or December of 18. What a start to this co-main event.
Has been able to weather the storm, and he may get out of this round.
The durability and the ring IQ of Gamboa is something to and said, yeah, I've had it. Enough's enough.
And this is why we see this a lot of times. Guys go for knockouts, and when they don't get them, they
extend this fight and see how far we can go. Big left hook. Gamboa's hurt again. Gamboa getting his head knocked around like a ping pong ball. And it may be only a matter of time before Isaac Cruz ends the night at Gamboa. But now Gamboa again reestablishes himself. He is getting hammered in every which direction, and he
non-stop action right now, and I'm sure he's a little confused. He's like, how is he still standing?
I mean,
how is this still going on?
You got to be in your mindset. I've hit this guy with everything. Big left hook. It wobbled Gamboa. Gamboa going back to the ropes.
Where you look at the corner of Gamboa and say, how much more are we going to give?
Well, the face is starting to swell. I would say in the first round and a half, we didn't see much swelling. Now, over the course of 3, that's where I'm a little bit cautious, as to say. You have to monitor that a little bit more, because he is taking some heavy shots. Stop. But again, Gamboa is, I don't know how, but so far, that has been his MO.
Right now, Gamboa is going to have to figure out a way to potentially win this fight.
He just ate a heavy right hand before he goes on the offensive against Gamboa. I don't know what. Oh, big left hook. Down goes Gamboa. And this Cruz pouring it on, looking to end the night of Yuriorkis Gamboa. Gamboa barely maintaining his vertical base. Will he survive and head towards the 5th? Gamboa getting hammered every which way. He's on Wobble Bobble Street, and that ends the round, but it should be. And I sincerely hope that Mark Kaloy has a short leash, that if Gamboa gets even in a hint of trouble, 40 years of age, I'm sorry, I do not agree with this. Gamboa, you got to give him a chance, but I mean, come on. At what cost? Big left hook, followed by a right from Cruz.
And there's
another right hand.
Right hand from Cruz.
Cruz with a left hook, backing up Gamboa.
Cruz is now just picking his shots.
Body work by the...
Cruz is just looking for that one more
kind of heart and determination this man has, no matter what the result is something he can always hang his hat on. Because boy, oh boy, will he go out on a shield. It's cringeworthy from our standpoint. Big right hook, down goes Gamboa. It never allowed him to come out for the 5th round. That is negligence, that's disgusting, and
Now we turn the attention to Isaac Cruz, and we said, how is he going to handle the pressure of
It took a little longer, but there were few doubts over the result. Once Pitbull finds his rhythm, there is very little that can be done to stop him. The fans thought they knew what to expect when Pitbull came face to face with the unheralded contender, Angel Fierro. But what we didn't realize was that these two were about to put on a far more competitive and thrilling war than we could have ever anticipated. Fierro was about to prove a lot of people wrong with this one.
And here we go.
Buckle your seatbelts for this one. And already
He's the type of guy that's just gonna pressure, relentless pressure, body work, just volume. And Fierro said, hey, I'm gonna sit well.
That's the way, that's the only way. And he said it's gonna come down to who's better conditioned.
I believe the jab will be ignored so much that it will develop in this fight, you guys. And if he saw Cruz were to establish an up and down jab, what he saw Cruz is all about, one gear forward.
Yeah, I like that. Always fight slow and compact, and that Tank Davis and land punches as well. He's just small, bends those knees, he gets in low. Speaking of Cruz.
For as big as Fierro is, you see the height advantage. We never expected that to be part of his fighting.
From Cruz. That's an uppercut, straight. Does he ever? Yeah, he possesses power in both hands. But again, he's getting
this round, and already Cruz has thrown 64, thrown 59. Brian.
That Mexican fan base has long been the backbone. And you heard that ovation for Pitbull with that.
Every punch being thrown with bad combination upstairs. Wow, man, 77 punches. While Fierro, 20 Cruz doubling him up in connection. Took upstairs by Cruz.
And I was just going to say that in the last second, which is counterpunch. And that's what he needs, to jab and counterpunch. Wait for Cruz to make mistakes.
Almost half of Cruz's power connects. Were body punches. Cruz going up through the second. Bolo punch by Cruz.
Definition of a bolo punch, how he threw it.
Fierro's taking his power shots well, though. Look, this is a kid. He's had Eric Morales has trained him, and you have to understand, these are the fights Fierro prefers to be in.
Left hook to the body. And now he goes to the bottom, but Cruz, thus far, Cruz, beautiful. Lead left hook.
Again, he takes one or two to place four.
The telecast of Mexican style of boxing, the willingness to take one.
That's a good one.
You gotta love the combination punching here from him.
And there's a jab.
The overhand rights from Cruz. They're just there. Fierro's pulling straight back.
Beautiful combination of the fight. Down the middle, Brian. Cruz is throwing some.
It's a base after throwing it. Cruz is gonna time him all night with that hook.
He always has some response after a combination.
Continues to walk down.
And those are the inside punches that the corner was asking for.
Nice 1-2 through the guard, but fewer and farther between here. There's a right uppercut by Fierro, able to on his back foot. And this is where Cruz wants is the pressure, both physically and mentally.
Indeed. Keep Cruz off of him.
Yeah, he talked about that conditioning. 10 rounds, I'm sorry.
I've ever wondered why Cruz is such a popular fighter because of this honest, aggressive style.
Coming up on the midway point of the third, and with the right hand. But Fierro on gets set because of that pressure. And there gets clipped upstairs. Fierro trying to utilize the jab, trying to utilize lateral movement. Cruz attack. He is in Cruz control, but that doesn't mean that he's just taking it easy. Cruz
advantage. Cruz is not even giving him a chance to by crowding him with those short hooks inside. Oh, big right hand from Fierro.
Yes, Fierro comes back. And there lands another right, and here we go, toe-to-toe what the fans expected.
Fierro's corner is urging him to take advantage here.
Uppercuts aplenty. What an exchange, what a round. Viva Mexico! Wow! Right, round number 4 and round 3. Fierro Cruz 27-20 landed Cruz. We remember this twice in the against Alberto Machado, but now he's beginning to turn.
Yes, we talked about the conditioning, the willingness, the heart.
Big huevos, okay, on both sides of the ring.
Yeah, he does. He's the smaller guy, always leading with the head. The jab, the distance. He's right.
Shots by Cruz.
Those body shots could eventually slow. They're back to head hunting here.
Oh, left hand.
But be careful, because every time that he creates an opening for the uppercut, for the inside punches.
And to throw 500 punches. Cruz outlanded, especially in that last round, with the first round that he outlanded. And right now, hanging tough with him here in the fourth frame.
Well, it's hard to compare Fierro. It's hard to compare Fierro to a Hall of Famer. One thing about Erik Morales, when you hit him, hit Fierro.
Yeah, we are definitely. When Morero would hit him, he'll come back with a combination of his own. And that's what we're seeing tonight against these two fighters.
To the body, Fierro goes upstairs with a combination. Punches in bunches. Many of them.
Oh, let them cook, Mo. Let them cook.
And speaking of Mexican, stats are growing exponentially, and they continue to invest to the body toward the knockout. Both of them want this.
See that focused body attack this round from Pitbull, but he's getting countered with the.
There was a good right hand upstairs by Pitbull. Leads with the right leg, with a left hook to the liver. Right uppercut misses for Cruz. Nice combination from
Really good.
career best 39 power shots in round one, and his power connects well down to 18 only in round four, Brian.
Fierro certainly to the fight. He's got the respect of Cruz, and this is becoming the mano-a-mano fight we all signed up.
We talk about styles making fights, but Cruz, against Valenzuela, he landed 118 total, you guys. We are through the midway point of the fifth round and the fight, and now Cruz connecting on Fierro. Corralled him in the corner momentarily.
Those punches, is he going to tire out?
Another right hand lands for Cruz upstairs. Fierro beginning to miss, but getting to counter right hand, just misses for Fierro. Leads with the right hook and scores upstairs. There's a clipping right hand by Cruz. Cruz just 25 years old. Fierro just 26 yet to enter their physical primes, but at the low primes don't last long.
Especially when someone like Pitbull turning pro at age 16.
You know what? If you land 40% of your power punches, it's a good. Cruz is landing 53% of his power punches. A sensational night thus far for the diminutive. Fierro trailing by 3 points on his scorecard. He gave Cruz the first 2 rounds. Fierro coming on.
Yeah, exactly. Coming on is putting pressure now in this round. Fierro, despite him taking 10, trying to move Cruz back.
Fierro just doesn't go away as he turns the tables on Pitbull here.
Momentarily, the jab from Fierro, long distance, and trying to establish the proper range for Fierro with that reach advantage.
Mid-inches, you're seeing a little bit of that as he fights from middle distance.
The counter from the guy with the reach disadvantage. There's a couple of left hooks, make that 3-4, and Fierro unloaded in the nick of time to block that right from a little wild free sock Pitbull Cruz here in the 6th as we begin the second half of this 10-rounder at 140. For the commemorative Aztec Warrior belt, we got a couple.
Speaking of guerreros, Fierro, but Morales, he talked about with his hands as well. He resembles Morales, no doubt.
Exact skill set, but he certainly brings that power, that ferociousness. This is some of Fierro's best work since.
A minute left here in the 6th. Rest and power. No rest for Cruz and Fierro, that's for sure. Conditioning is paramount. I was talking to a trainer, didn't want to be, would really help Cruz if he would just once in a while, instead of just squaring up and coming forward by that career. Less than 30 seconds left here in the 6th.
Room for improvement, but if it works, so far it's always worked for Cruz.
Another great round of action. Cruz versus pitched battle.
Half of the fight, push him back now. It's your turn. Push him back. The last round, speaking of Fierro.
The last round, round 6, those 15 punches that Cruz landed, fight low for the former champ. 7 punches compared to Cruz's 60, but huge advantage when it comes to body shots, Brian.
No question about it. He made on, although you saw a good counter uppercut there from Fierro, who's able to get that extension when they fight on the inside.
Here in the 7th, a minute left. Nice. Much to the consternation of Fierro's corner, saying, come on, that was on the bell line.
That was good.
Double jab from Fierro right up. Wow, is that a jab from...
I think that was allowed in this fight.
There's a counter right hand that landed for Fierro.
Interesting, though, Fierro looked him. You know, there were rumors that Pitbull was in talks of a possible Ryan Garcia fight. He's been overlooked, and he's fighting that way up to this point.
He's a good person, he said.
In round 8, Fierro has landed against Pitbull 154 and counting than any previous Pitbull opponent by CompuBox. The previous high was 153. By the way, this is just round 8, scheduled for 10. Cruz wanted a fight.
Bounce back from that Valenzuela fight. He wanted to send a big message when it comes to rounds, but Fierro just isn't going anywhere.
And he's closing the gap in terms of total connection.
Fierro fight, and I said, you know what, this is tailor-made. Not easy, and he's still in the fight. Fierro doing his own.
Sanctioning bodies give out belts like Costco gives out food samples, but in terms of the commemorative Aztec Warrior Championship belt, especially when you honor a guy like Israel Vasquez, and for Marquez and Rafael Marquez, maybe the greatest trilogy that I've ever witnessed. I know there was a quadrology there, but in living up to the symbolism of that belt, Brian.
And no doubt, this was about honoring the Mexican heritage. These two are certainly doing that at this point.
Wow, great body work. We get great fight. 2 Mexican warriors. Body work from Cruz right there.
If you notice, every time Cruz lands a big hook, you get a 3-punch combination immediately after. You have to wonder how the judges are going to be scoring these exchanges.
The way they're to hit those keys as they're in the comment section, drinking that haterade.
The haterade.
Reads the comments, do they?
No, of course not. Online about this fight, however, because Cruz and Fierro are pretty crashed. They've combined to throw over 1,000 punches, and we have yet upstairs. Fierro continues to throw back.
3 straight punches that Fierro threw landed.
Rest in peace, Michael Katz, but there is no peace. Cruz and Fierro, round 9, and in the last...
Remember, Cruz got off to a very aggressive start. Will that slow him down at the end? It doesn't look like it at this point.
He's always going to be trying, speaking of Cruz, always pushing forward, but again, not the same.
9 rounds, Fierro and Cruz, so he has the edge in total punches. Scored individually, 10-point must system. Lands upstairs for Cruz. Well, at the weigh-in, we are watching them try to steal each other's souls in this scintillating scrap. Wow, lead left hook by Cruz catches.
Whether or not Fierro can ultimately pull off this upset, from the very beginning when this fight was announced, he's acted like he belongs in this ring across from Cruz.
Thrilling trilogies, Mexico versus Mexico. We could be seeing another one begin.
I wouldn't mind watching it again. Let's get a rematch. Let's see how it ends.
And take. Big left hand.
Big left hand and the big right hand by Cruz. And now again, just standing in front with bad intentions. Oh, he gets clipped, but still standing. Coming up on the final 3 minutes of what has definitely lived up to the hype. Can you say Fight of the Year candidate? I knew you could. For the 10th and final round, Isaac Cruz has been en fuego.
One thing to notice, Cruz could not miss, still leaving that right hand down on edges.
And Fierro is coming on in the second half of this fight, guys. He is now official on Larry Hazard's scorecard.
Is he ever? He's closing this fight. My God, what a fight.
High drama as anticipated.
Big left hand from Cruz once again.
Uppercut by Cruz, but Fierro overextending there. But see when he gets close, Cruz is landing.
Still looks like the fresher fighter here.
He got stoned a lot more, landing a lot more. Fierro in this round, pushing Cruz back.
Any time is the right time for a Wu-Tang Clan reference. These two crunching an attack. A visceral display of courage, skill, determination that defines the essence of not only Mexican boxing, but boxing.
Cruz did enough to get his hand raised, but this was a tense affair, and Fierro certainly proved that he was a lot better than people thought. In front of the MGM Grand crowd, Omar Salcido would be the next to get his shot at Pitbull. Would Cruz be able to score another swift and violent finish, or would this one require more time than expected?
Dream of getting into the Hall of Fame someday. Isaac Cruz, the Pitbull, comes out and does what the Pitbull does.
You didn't get ready for his style. Listen, I'm ready. And he fights anyone, anytime, and he fights the same way. I'm loving Pitbull right now.
Thursday, how's he going to make weight? And he didn't. He couldn't.
Are shots that are gonna play differently for Isaac Cruz. A double jab, he gets in close, and there's the body shot. Beautiful work from Pitbull Cruz to get in, to cut off the ring. 2 jabs, beautiful right hook to the body from Pitbull Cruz. Overhand right or left to the head. There it is, he tried it.
Right now it's Isaac Cruz landing big, powerful shots like that overhand right.
It's in size, but he is able to, as you see right there, shift and really load up on these power shots.
The one thing I am noticing about Cruz, though, he's patient tonight. He's not running, looping right, just behind the guard of that. Oh, that's a Salcido trying to land the right hand, but he gets clipped by a 3-shot combination from Pitbull. And Pitbull is coming on here.
On cue.
Goodness.
And he went on survival mode.
Ooh, that's a nice slapping right hook. Pitbull says it landed once, will it land twice? Why not?
I really think Fierro pulling out in the way he did and the way Cruz interpreted that pulling out, it's kind of fighting with a chip on his shoulder tonight.
That's talking to is what we call that. And Pitbull says, you do the talking, I'll do the punching.
I was just gonna say, you know what that means? He's not gonna be able to hold, so guess what? He's going to take a beating.
Those 8-10 seconds in the corner that you get catch a breather, they give you that little energy that we saw from Pitbull. Oh, that's a nice right hand that hurt him, yes. And then going for it.
And he's kind of showing no respect for the punching power of Salcido, who really hasn't given him a reason to do that just yet.
Cruz has land some big shots, but here it is, the last round, and he's gonna go for it all.
Oh, nice left right now at this point. Left hook again from Isaac Cruz. Salcido needs to bite down when the Pitbull goes to work because El Perro de Casa, the Pitbull, is ready to put in some work here. The last 40 seconds of this fight. I don't know how he withstood that punishment.
Listen, he wants to finish this fight. He wants to knock. So if I were Cruz, I was like, no, don't take the point out.
Vicious overhand right. It's been the left that's been doing damage this round. And now he has to hold on and take. Gonna give this kid a chance to finish on his feet. And he needs to move out of the way and just survive, but he's got to turn on it, man. Credit to Omar Salcido for standing up to Isaac Cruz, and credit to Isaac Cruz for saying,
Weisfeld and Dontrella both scored about 99-89. Isaac Pitbull Cruz.
Isaac, congratulations. Abner Mares is going to translate for us.
Salcido was tricky, but Cruz was better. And in the end, sticking around until the judges' scorecards just ended up delaying the inevitable. Cruz was not losing this one, that's for sure. In contrast, Pitbull was about to make short work of Eduardo Ramirez. He didn't know it just yet, but Ramirez had signed his own death warrant when he put his name on that contract. From the get-go, Pitbull made his intentions clear.
Yuriorkis Gamboa at the end of round 2 in his fight, so he might just come out firing in this fight.
Style, and I think his size dictates it. Well, he's got a right hook that's just devastating. But you know, Isaac Cruz can land that big hook of his.
Cruz, as you point, Joe, has fought a high level of competition. He lost a featherweight title,
yes,
where he was a stronger man and kind of learned his lesson from the first fight where it was a draw.
Texas, we called the fight there, right? Was it Spence Garcia? I think so. It might have been. But he definitely...
Fighting at 135 pounds, and you can see Cruz is...
A lot of pressure, especially with the feet, and trying to get his opponent against the ring.
Shoulders in a crouch.
just ready, moving side to side, trying to give him a move.
Actually, he's doing a good job getting away from those punches.
Number one, Ramirez able to stay out of danger. Cruz able to out. A slight difference. These are serious fellas.
Yeah.
They're not doing it to go viral. They're doing it because they mean it. High-level fighters, Gervonta Davis, Yuriorkis, Gamboa, albeit Gamboa is an older fighter at this point.
But the gap eventually, because there's only so much moving you can do by Ramirez. That's not in his nature either. Ramirez will come after you.
Knockout of Magdaleno, who's once a very good fighter, an outstanding world-class fighter. Knocked him out in 1 minute, just assaulted him in the early going.
Yeah, Magdaleno was excellent.
Discretion is the better part of valor, oftentimes. Cruz moving forward, not landing an awful lot of shots. Oh, Cruz has a history of letting fighters go and let him fight out, but he's warning Ramirez and wanted to take a good close look. Oh, that's a brutal body shot by Cruz.
Isaac Cruz just letting it go.
Ramirez on the ropes. Can't get hit with one of those right hands. Now he buckles him, doubles him up with a body shot. Jack Reese warning Ramirez, saying, "You've got to fight, you've got to punch." No, brutal hook and a right hand.
Cruz is a serious puncher. He's looking to hurt you with everything he throws.
He's got this. Let's get the official call here. We go to the ring, and here is Jimmy Lennon.
In the end, it was a second-round finish against a pretty credible opponent. Pitbull was very clearly getting better and better. The Toyota Center in Houston, Texas played host to this next contest, and Fernando Vargas seemed like the type of opponent who would not go down without a fight. Cruz would not be able to finish this one quickly, that's for sure.
Round number one, Isaac Cruz in the blue and white trunks. Francisco Vargas in the black with silver trim, and with all due respect to the Westminster Dog Show, Cruz the Pitbull doesn't want.
Guys, are you guys ready for a treat? I think we're in for a treat against these two guys. I mean, styles make fights, and this both styles is just
legendary battles. One of my favorites, the battle of the Z-Boys, Carlos Zarate and Alfonso Zamora, Marco Antonio Barrera and Eric Morales, Israel Vasquez, Rafael Marquez.
For them to base their whole fight plan on that sparring session.
No for Romero, we saw the same kind of stuff, and with the way these two come at it with their heads, you've got to be careful. Especially Vargas, who's had plastic. Are you expecting
more jabs coming from Vargas and Cruz? Cruz is not so much of a jabber, he's just a pressure fighter.
I was a little sarcastic, but I'll take your answer there, brother. I don't think we're going to see many. I'll be around.
Vargas would like to at least show that punch, and there he's doing it.
Look at the jab.
Yeah, he wants to control a little bit if he can. And there's the uppercut.
That's James Green going to have his hands full as these two go at it close, knocking Vargas back with that left hook momentarily, catching him off balance. Ooh, winding up with that right uppercut was Cruz. Well, Cruz is sitting down on his punches early. Vargas slipped a right hand behind the guard. Man, spiteful shots. Round number two scheduled for 10 at 135 pounds. 35 while Cruz is continuing to move up the rankings. Looking to nice left hook to the body by Cruz and a left hook upstairs.
Vargas averages 78 punches per round. He threw 68 in the first round, so he's almost on pace in the first. Cruz was very busy too, throwing.
Look at Vargas. He has been establishing that jab really well.
Oh, it is key. I was joking, Abner. I understand what you mean. I'm just looking for
experience. He's been in this wars before.
Amen. It's just every single shot is thrown with bad intentions.
He only lands one. It's all power punching with him, and he is going to whack away. Now, one of the good things that Vargas is doing is using all of this ring and controlling the distance. So it's not his normal way of fighting, but you know what he said.
It may be his best path to victory and trying to create a few years ago in those back-to-back fights of the year. They take a lot out of you, and he's been forced to alter his style a bit, although again against a guy like Cruz.
Matias, I mean, he got frustrated because of the movement, even though it wasn't the best.
In this day and age, that's a very short time to come back.
Cruz doesn't have to duck a lot to get underneath the left hook again with his physical dimensions.
Now that's another smart thing Vargas is doing in the inside. He's holding. He's got to hold.
Yeah, really.
Round 3 scheduled for 10 at 135 pounds to all action warriors by Cruz.
Now, I know Francisco Vargas, in order to go to the Olympics.
And he just got clipped by Cruz. Vargas has been down once against left-handed Takashi Miura when he won the title, and Cruz now pouring it on, attacking the body of Vargas, and the veteran again trying to...
Shot specialist, and you see the evidence of that there with those numbers.
At his height, he better be a body shot specialist, and he's coming forward.
You bet.
Man, he is just swinging wildly, but there's that lane open down the middle, Abner, and Vargas has yet to find it.
Sometimes are worse than times for Vargas. He lands 25 punches per round, according to shows. He gets hit 24 times a round, which is the most by any active fighter.
To mark each other up at close quarters, under half a minute remaining here in the third.
It's been a very interesting round on many levels.
Earlier in the round has been able to clear the cobwebs and utilizing veteran tactics and darting in and out with the jab. Round number 4, 10 at 135 pounds. Cruz, well, proved to be the difference in this fight. He is hungry to gain a title shot again. In the last year, he saw Cruz.
Yeah, he's got an exciting style, and I'll tell you what he is doing in this fight, too. He's really using his head to go after Vargas. Don't you think, Abner, to go after Vargas?
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of
head-butted Vargas, but he's really smart in this fight. He knows how the moments when to get in, just like that.
Right uppercut.
He went for either the lazy jab, both overhand right, the overhand right, or the other hand. But just, oh, there it is.
Lead left hook to the body by Cruz, misses with the sweeping left hook. Upstairs, tries to turn it. This comes back with a right of his own that was blocked.
And that's how he starts out. He punches in the body, concentrates his punch there.
It's too bad the respective corners aren't that animated tonight with a minute 10 left here in the fourth.
This has been a pretty close round. Pitbull doing some good power punching, and Vargas landing the uppercut on occasion.
There again, lead left hook to the body, followed by a left hook upstairs, and Vargas has been eating a lot of those shots here. 30 seconds left in the fourth, and the valiant effort by the veteran staying in the pocket and still looking to make it a fight.
Landing a nice right hand.
And Cruz has had his moments again with that left hook, but you're right, it's...
I got to
We are through 4, scheduled for 10 here in the first pitch. He'll be looking to hit his opponent harder than Jose Altuve.
You know, we asked at the 5 earlier, and he said, you know, maybe, but this is his 3rd fight at this weight class, and he's hanging in there against a very strong lightweight. He may not be winning, but he's hanging in there and doing some good work.
Now, Vargas has been stopped twice by Miguel Burchell and has taken some shots from Cruz, but Vargas now delivering some shots of his own, and then again, though, that jab momentarily staggered him. Minute gone in the 5th.
Throws a 1-2, and Cruz is easy to land the overhand left or overhand right.
But when Vargas bending the rules here tonight.
In some ways, he seems more like the veteran, doesn't he?
Yes. He maybe picked up a tip from the Romero fight in that regard.
The reflex is not quite there.
So many battles, so many cuts and facial swelling, and the age, here he is at 36, hanging in there with a 23-year-old upstart, standing in.
Overhand right got there again for Cruz, and that's become a big story in this fight.
The jab scores for Cruz. There was a jab, he point at the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. Still to come, Jamal Charlo defending the middleweight title against Juan Montes. That he is a warrior, and tonight people agree.
Tonight he is fighting in a more tactical way.
That's good, trying to prolong his career. Smart.
He was scoring tonight's fights remotely as Cruz pitching the shutout. So he's doing a better job of pitching, I guess, than Jamal Charlo did in that first pitch.
Yeah, I don't know that you can, even though there have been, Cruz has done a little bit more in most of these rounds. So the question is, has he done it in all of them?
And there again, leading to the body with the left hook, going upstairs with the right hand, but Alameda does come back with some shots, but they aren't as eye-catching, aren't as powerful as Cruz's shots. But here now turning it into that fight that we anticipated. Wow.
What a right hand by Vargas. In this round, he's landing better, though, than more powerful.
From Cruz or the experience from Vargas, and it's showing a little bit of both. I think Vargas.
Wow, lead right hand clocking Vargas by Cruz. Under a minute left in the sixth.
Vargas being really smart, taking his time, not really committing yet. He's jabbing, waiting for Cruz. But if he really wants to take the round, he's got to invest a little bit more.
Left uppercut on the inside scored for Alameda. Just missed with the right uppercut, but in close, having some success. And again, lots of space in between Cruz's punches, and Vargas can time him. There's a lane open down the middle, and Alameda lands a 1-2, but then he's knocked back by Cruz's shots. Round number 7 scheduled for 10. Isaac Cruz 16-0-1 with 12 knockouts since his only pro loss in his 6th fight, while Francisco Vargas, former 130-pound.
Again, Vargas doing a good job. You know, he's got to throw something behind that. The right hand, it can't be as slow as he's throwing it now. He's got to come back with something behind that right hand as well.
Oh, triple four.
Talk about a bettering move. That's a definitely.
And he's 23. And Alameda having some success now with the left. And there's a nice left hook on the inside.
Cruz is using the jab a little bit more now in this fight, even trying to work his way in, and even in the midst of Vargas having a little bit of a rally.
And a really good one, by the way. He's jabbing to his stomach.
And Francisco Vargas coming back upstairs with a combination. And now in close quarters, both of them digging. Cruz going to the body, Vargas going upstairs.
Last 2 rounds of this fight have been very entertaining.
Fantastic stuff here between Isaac Cruz and Francisco Vargas.
Those looping punches.
1-2 by Vargas. 45 seconds left in the 7th. Double jab gets through the guard for Vargas.
But it's a double jab from Vargas, and then Cruz comes in with the vicious overhand right.
Just to deliver, Cruz on the ropes. Moving to his left. We are through 7 at the Toyota Center in Houston. This corner, I thought there would be much more output from the
body. You know, I think that he's not being able to let go of his punches. Again, he's just relying on a 1-2, and it's Cruz that's doing the damage with the body work. wars that Vargas has been in. Salido, Mira, got checked twice. I mean,
Cruz and Francisco Vargas hanging tough and taking the fight now to Cruz on the ropes.
See these fighters as they've gone past round 7. Vargas with obviously a lot more experience. He's been 12 rounds forward.
Cruz continues to lead with that left hook to the body.
I think Cruz is landing.
Well, according to our unofficial score, Steve Farhood, Vargas has scored just 1 round in his favor, that being the 6th.
Good body work again. Cruz is known as a good body puncher, and he's landed 49 body punches.
At his height, 5'4", 135-pound titleist. Guys like Ray Mancini, the legendary Tony Canzoneri, and Leo Dorin, who was in the first Showbox main event in July 2001.
Absolutely.
And the first Showbox alum to win a world title. And happy 20th anniversary for Showbox, the new generation.
And Stevie Johnson, also a 5'4" champion. So some good light.
Oh, and Cruz coming forward, leaping with that right. And our entire Showtime Championship boxing crew as we are now into round number 9. Will it turn into that all-Mexican? Or will Vargas continue to try to be the veteran and try to utilize to pop Vargas's head back?
And now Vargas also becoming too repetitive also, you know, landing jab, jab, right hand.
Our unofficial scorer, Steve Farhood, has it. So it's looking more and more like Vargas would have to become the first person to stop Isaac Cruz in terms of output.
And there it is. He goes in with the 1-2 Vargas.
Boy,
Nice left hook upstairs by Cruz.
Vargas has landed his best right hands, and he just haven't moved Cruz.
Vargas has thrown more punches, but Cruz has landed more.
Round 9. Round 9, guys. This is where they show the age comes out.
Another stiff jab by Cruz.
We've talked a lot about the Cruz right hand, but the left hook has been mixed in very effectively as well.
Oh, he leads everything with that left hook and just tagged Vargas on the jaw with a sweeping left hook, short right, uppercut on the inside.
Green. Interesting.
Let's talk about the Vargas' great chin also, because he has been eating a lot of punches.
Yeah, he's only been down once. That was against Mura, and Cruz has never hit the canvas. Man, ripping to the body as he saw Cruz. Vargas upstairs. Oh, and that right hand tagged Vargas. 10th and final round straight ahead. And a final round. Isaac Cruz with silver trim.
If you're Cruz, you want to go out there and just close the show.
Pour it all out there.
36 though, he wants to make something happen, and he'd love it if he could find, if he's landed his best right hands, and they haven't hurt Cruz, but he would hope maybe.
For Isaac Cruz, 15 of his 21 victories have come inside the distance.
And for Vargas, you know, he's at a weight class above where he's normally been, and he wasn't a monstrous knockout puncher below at 130. Good puncher, but not a huge knockout puncher.
Left hook lands upstairs for Cruz.
He's thrown about 50-some more punches than Cruz, but Cruz has been more accurate with his punches. And
the final round. Again, left hook to the body, followed by the right hand upstairs by Cruz. And again, that right hand tagged Vargas. Final minute. The 23-year-old Isaac Cruz in his 24th professional fight, taking on battle-tested veteran Francisco Vargas. Another class.
He won this fight. He's winning this fight, but he doesn't need the extracurricular activities. But he's doing it constantly, and that looked deliberate to me.
Continue much to the delight of the crowd, but you talk about career preservation, and Cruz now smelling blood on the attack. Cruz unloading on Francisco Vargas, and the fistic fireworks that we anticipated are coming to fruition here in the 10th. We talked about how green the referee, James Green, was, and man, he may have found himself in
a 10-round decision was the end result, but a win is a win. Cruz's highlight reel is already impressive enough as it is, and he would certainly add to it before all was said and done. Rolly Romero has a way of talking himself into a beating, and his showdown with Isaac Cruz would be no exception. Romero wouldn't let himself get finished early though.
Rolly Romero embraces it, and they do share one common opponent in Gervonta Davis. Romero was stopped by Davis. Cruz took Davis the 12-round distance. Davis's trainer, Kevin Ford, commented on this fight, noting that both have evolved since those losses, but he favors Cruz due to his fighting style and ability, or the ability he thinks to withstand Rolly's power. And no surprise, Cruz is already in cruise control for that. It's one gear straight up here.
Early on, and landed a good right hand in the body and left hook, but Cruz is relentless.
Cruz is going to keep him coming, especially with those overhands, rights and lefts.
Cruz has 7 first-round knockouts. Romero, Gervonta Davis.
Romero was having a great fight against Tank Davis.
As Abner Morris commented right before he was
yeah, no, but he was fighting good. He was being patient, and that's what he tried to reach.
Very premature stoppage as we continue here in the final minute 15 of the first round, and that's why I think for a lot of fans, Jackson, a lot of people thought he lost that fight. He just got hit. He just got rocked by Cruz looking to drop Romero here in the first round. Romero's on his life skates. Inside Cruz looking to 135. Cruz has got the power.
Top of the head, and he has still not recovered.
People letting go that angle.
High drama here in round 1. Cruz continues to unload on Romero, and he stays on his feet as we go to round 2.
He didn't go down. He got rocked really bad by that toughness shot, and he's still hurt.
Round 9 coming forward, lead left hook upstairs, continues to battle away at the body as Romero, the former judoka, tries to hold on. Now Romero at distance trying to go to the body, but arm punches. There's a counter right hand by Cruz, blocked by Romero's glove.
And they seem like arm punches. I don't know who makes that, but Romero, that's the way he shoots his punches. He's awkward, he's all over the place, but he has power. We've seen it before, but again, his
Davis was hurt in round 1, but did not go down. But Cruz, hey, you remember Romero had a picture of Cruz on a piñata? Well, Cruz is going to go to the body like it's filled with candy here tonight, hoping for the sweetest victory of his life.
There's that little chop right here. He's trying. He looks like he's recovering a little bit more. But I got to tell you, you don't want to get hit again by Cruz.
When Cruz brings the power to 140 pounds, Romero early in this fight.
Yeah, look, he's 25 years old. It's natural you're going to get up and weight as we go along. Great hook.
Right uppercuts on the inside by Cruz in the best tracks.
making over. Really is.
There is no jab, and you saw Cruz's arsenal. It doesn't even show.
He doesn't really rely on the jab as much as he doesn't get it. You touch it.
Romero with the counter right, lead right, but that was blocked.
And you notice that Romero's getting under that counter hook now. Or pulling away like he just did there. He's trying to sit and duck for it everything.
Right hand lands, there's the pivot, the reset Abner. Romero lands a right, but there's a counter right from Cruz. And we are at the end of the round. The two had previously trained together in around 2015. Salas wants to see more heart from Romero. Salas, of course, guiding. There's Landy Lana to a knockout victory.
I gotta give Romero credit. He kind of got back into this fight.
Now he's holding on again.
What did you think?
There's something, but again, it's crucial.
Power shot hand.
Just pressure is too much for him. It's funny because I remember when they asked Romero, hey, how are you going to knock out Cruz? He's like, he's there to be hit. He said, I'm in trouble fighting him.
Yeah, he said he wasn't going to set anything. He
He's landing the right hand lead against Cruz.
Doing better defensively now as well. The other side going side to side, tucking underneath. And again. Powerful right hand, the neck muscles and the core strength and can take a punch. He has never been down as a pro.
That's on the
With the right hand, and it was right there for Romero.
Have you ever seen Cruz change expressions?
No, 1 minute left in the third round. Oh, there's another right hand by Romero. Cruz going to the body, then going up top with the right uppercut, catches Romero. Cruz lands again, and Romero just trying to hold on.
Yeah, he's a hard guy to tie up Cruz on the inside because he's there so often.
The first 2 rounds as we come to the end of round 3, they combined to land 53 punches, 49 of which were power shots. And we saw the close out the third round. Cruz on the hunt for his first championship. Between bitter rivals, Rolando Romero, the defending 140-pound strap holder, and the challenger in his 100-pound thing. He's got a hurdle once or twice. And Joe, you have certain there's a lot of casual fans watching. They want to learn from the master, Joe.
Master scorekeeper? Okay. Well, because, look, I thought Rolando came back in the second round and avoided getting hit with the Cruz. Didn't have anything to do with that. Came back in the third round, put the pressure.
Use it. Use it. Pull it back.
After you concur with Joe's scorecard.
I do.
Nice right hand from Romero.
Yeah, but it's all Cruz. It's all Cruz. And again, Romero obviously is trying to stay with mobility.
He's going to be looking for. That's how he set the trap. But there's a right hand from Cruz trying to keep Romero in front of him, cutting off the ring. Romero trying to throw, missing. Along the ropes, there's that.
And as when Romero stays and trades punches with Cruz when he gets hit by the whole kick.
Romero's trying to get low, escaping to the rope. And that's Cruz now is adapted to hit the body like that. So he's not letting him out so easily.
The right hand, left hook from Cruz. Romero fishing for that right uppercut. Cruz is leaning in as he's had to do it 5-4, and now it is a shootout. 30 seconds.
Romero being more stationary now. He's staying in the pocket and Cruz having fun with us on the half rights.
By the likes of Devin Haney, Subriel Matias, and Teofimo Lopez, and it's Isaac Cruz seizing the opportunity here tonight in his first legitimate title shot at 140. Round 5 for Isaac Cruz, Mr. Cruz.
But it's a smart move, though, because it's another
Gets him to drop his arms. And for Isaac Cruz generation, grandfather, trained by his father, and he really is the guy that wants to change his family's fortunes and bring championship glory to Cruz.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. People's champion. People love him so much.
Oh, wow.
Because of his boxing style. It's so exciting to watch.
There's that right hand again for Cruz. Left hook to the body.
He's really been working the body well.
There it is. 30-10, so 3-1 clip in terms of going to the body. Isaac Cruz, which again, you do any scouting, you watch Isaac Cruz fight, he loves to go downstairs. Physically is part of it as well.
What's amazing is Bully is cracked him with right hands like that, and other punches, and it doesn't blink. Doesn't change expression, he doesn't stop. He's really destructive.
This is his 29th professional fight.
Nice job of him down.
And Cruz pouncing, clinching him there, trying to counter.
Pull it back.
There's a body shot by Romero just at the bell. Straight above the bell line, and Cruz continues to battle at the body. So Tom Taylor already deducting a point here in round 5 for excessive holding, and the rights and lefts now from Cruz, and Romero forced to retreat. Agree with the
Listen for the bell.
Oh, yeah.
So Romero finds himself in dire straits here against the challenger.
Cruz is going to try to go work because he knows that Romero can't hold anymore.
Romero looking to land that right uppercut as Cruz moves forward, trying to time it. 10-8 round.
All you got to do is just turn Cruz. You don't have to hold that much. It's holding the tournament, that's it.
Use it or pull it back.
Lateral movement of Isaac Pitbull Took right there, but didn't do anything. Right hand from Cruz. Left hook, right hand, Cruz.
Make him feel uncomfortable.
Known for his offensive output. Stop. Cruz leading the dance. This is going to be a difficult fight, but I think it's going to be an easy fight. Well, he was spotting still on his feet. We begin the second half of this championship.
Right. But I got to tell you, it just looks like Cruz is doing more and more and more. Figure out what to do at this point.
Stop.
Romero's
Up there. Stop. Don't punch. Come on.
Left hook to the body as Romero trying to escape and again on the move. Nice 1-2. Right hand.
And he got flipped into counter.
Body upstairs with the counter by Cruz and the left hook to the head by Romero.
His hands down by throwing the body shots and then he comes up top.
There's Romero winding up with that right uppercut. Doesn't even make Cruz flinch. Less than a minute left in the second. And Cruz will counter that alley. There's the left right. Romero in trouble along the ropes. For the second time in the fight, Romero barely standing. There's the left hand by Cruz. Romero retreating, eats another left and right. Isaac Cruz teeing off on Rolando Romero. Flush shots to the face. Final 20 seconds of the 7th round. Can Romero survive? His title hangs in the balance. Isaac Cruz. His last fight against this man below took the win.
I guarantee the referee will stop the first time that against him in trouble. Doctor's orders.
Worried about Romero because he's out of here.
He's been down twice as on Bob Davis. Cruz continues to walk down. Romero again latches the right hand. Left hook. Romero takes the shot. Still standing. Referee intervenes. Third generation fighter. 25-year-old fighter who is now a champion.
He was champion though. Everybody knows.
WBA super lightweight champion of the world.
Cruz did what Cruz does best, stopping Romero in the 8th round with an emphatic statement. Power like that is the ultimate difference maker in the boxing ring. But what do you think of this brutal Mexican star? And what do you think the rest of 2026 has in store for him? Be sure to let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below.